Salaam Pops. How are you?
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Are you?
I'm okay, Dad.
Good.
Apologies, guys. 2 weeks, no podcast. I apologise, Pops.
It's okay. It's fine.
But we're back. It's good to see you, Dad.
And you?
What's new? Anything?
No, nothing with me. You tell me.
Nothing at all, no?
Nothing at all. No, I'm just relaxing at the moment, not doing anything because I've retired man now. So just going to mosque a couple of times a day and watching TV most of the time, cricket especially, PSL going on at the moment, Pakistani cricket. And hopefully going to Hajj this year, inshallah. So I'm applying online, just logged in today. So need to complete that. You turned up, so I haven't completed the whole thing yet. But I will later on today, inshallah.
When you're choosing a company to go with, how do you?
Previously, it was completely different. Previously, 2 years ago, when people used to go, they used to just go to a travel agent, and or they online they used to choose a package, and then within the package, then they offer you different prices, different hotels, different things. So you just picked one up, and you were given an option of staying with another person, or two people, or three people. So there's room for 4 people, 2 people. So there is no single room. There might be single room, but I haven't found any. Mostly it's 2, 3, or 4. So the 4 one is cheaper. Obviously, with 3 people staying in the same room is so that's expensive. And it was all sorted out by the travel agent. So you gave them the money and they sorted it out. But a couple of years ago, Saudi Arabia government has changed the whole system. So now you have to apply online, and you do everything online, and you have to choose the packages online and everything. So last year was just you had to completely on your own. And you fly down there and then you do the Hajj. But previously, then these travel agent will book you with a group. So you'll go to the airport and you'll find the people you're going to be with. And
So a group of strangers.
so the group of strangers. So if you want to go with your family, then you have 2 of them. When my father went years and years ago, my mother and father, they went with strangers. But when they arrived there, they found people from Pakistan. And then obviously they met up with them. So you can do that.
Yeah.
But last year, my brother-in-law from Canada and my sister, they went, and they obviously had nobody group or whatever. So they went there, but they met people at the airport and stuff like that. And then they found out. So they made rapport with them, the friendships and stuff like that developed, and then they worked together. This year, there might be a slight change again, because I've spoken to one of the travel agents, and he says to me that all the booking and everything you do on your own and everything, but when they give you the options, then you can quote some reference number of who you're going to be with, and then they will do it. But I will look into all of that. But there is no point when there are trainings available in Leeds, Islam, with the mosque you go to. We go to Islamic Center and Al Hassan Center. They both provide some basic training. Also in Dewsbury, there is a big place where you can go and do a full training. They tell you when you go
Merkaz
there.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. So they obviously give you training for 2-3 days to tell you what to do, because obviously it's a big thing and it costs a lot of money. And if you do not perform everything perfectly and properly, I mean, when you're going to do the Hajj, some people might do it once in the lifetime. Some people do it every year if they can afford it and stuff. But the thing is that you want to make sure that you're doing things properly. So you need to, how many prayers you got to do at one place, because in Medina Sharif, when you go there, I believe you have to complete 40 prayers there. So if that's the case, then it means that you got to do all 5 prayers in the mosque for at least 8 days to complete 40 prayers. So things like that. So yeah, I'm going to look into that, but it's not a big issue. The Saudi Arabia, I understand the government has got very good arrangements for Hajjis going there. The hotels and things are there. Very nice. I mean, I should have gone to Umrah first, really. That would have been very helpful once you've been there before. But obviously I haven't. But I'm inshallah, once I've done the Hajj, my next thing is that this coming December, inshallah, you and me will go for Umrah, which can be only 3 or 4 days. So inshallah, in December, you and me will go for Umrah. Inshallah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good luck. I don't really like the fact that you're going to travel alone, but
Yeah, traveling
you're
alone.
old man
I've
now,
traveled
so
alone all my life.
yeah, but you're old man now. Obviously, I'll be worried about you.
Nothing
But
to do
hopefully
yeah.
you do what you
You
need to
learn
do.
new things. You don't forget old things unless you are Dulali and you
Well,
lose
you're
it.
getting there, pops, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, slowly, but I haven't got there yet. I mean, I'm on the way, but I mean, Haris,
Yeah.
for years and years, I've traveled all over. Initially, I used to go to Pakistan quite regularly before I'd start taking you with me to Pakistan. Um, I used to go every other year on my own. And in those days, it was from Heathrow Airport and then to Karachi Airport and then from there to Lahore Airport. So the journey was even a lot longer. And if you bought once I bought a cheaper flight, Turkish Airways, and then they took me to Turkey first. And I was in the 3 hours at the airport and they won't let you out.
Yeah.
So that was, to Pakistan, was an 18-hour flight. Because I had to fly from here to Turkey and then wait there and then the flight from there to Karachi and then from Karachi to Lahore.
I don't do the flights anymore now. I had too many bad experiences, so now I just do direct only.
Yeah, direct. Yeah, that's the best way to do. But I mean, still, you have to travel to. Obviously, there's no facility here in Leeds, so you have to travel to Manchester at least.
Yeah, but Manchester's not just around the corner.
Yeah, for some people it is, but for me, I just hate it. Driving to Manchester Airport because I've been to. So
Dad, you don't like to drive to Bradford to see me, let alone anything else.
I know. I don't mind driving local.
5 minutes
I can
around the
drive
corner.
all day, just going to round. But when I have to go to Bradford, it's not that bad. But
You
Manchester,
never come?
son, I do. What are you
Dad,
talking
you never
about?
come to Bradford. Even before I lived there, you didn't like going there. See
London,
family
I
and
didn't.
stuff. London, I don't have to go to London. It's too far.
London is horrible.
Yeah, it's too far.
But I've done London in 2.5 hours.
We would do 90 on motorway, were you?
Yeah. What happened was that I was my father had a heart attack back home, and me and my brother went down there, and we decided that he need to come here to get treatment. So I decided, because my older brother, always paid for everything for my parents and stuff like that. So I decided that I will pay for my father's treatment. So I came back first to apply for some bank loan and stuff like that, because obviously I didn't have that kind of money in my bank. So I flew back, and in those days I used to work with my brother at Oliver Carpets on Round Road. So obviously it was going to cost about £8,000-9,000. So I got 10K because I thought I'm going to be extra expenses and stuff like that. So I applied for it and I got the loan. That's fine. I was in the shop, and all day there was no customer, and the flight was coming at about 6 in the evening. So I was going to close the shop at 4 o'clock and go, because obviously the flight lands and then coming out, and I thought I'll have about clear 3 hours and stuff. So about 3:30, I decided that that's enough now. I'd sold about 3-4 items, about 150 quid, 160 quid or something like that. That was nothing for a day sale. And then suddenly I'm putting the shutter down, and this guy comes in and he said, he want 3 beds, a sofa set, and blah, blah, blah. So I thought, okay. So I sat down and I made a sale of about £1,500 to £1,600. But that took another 40 minutes out of there. So when I got in my car, my brother used to have BMW. No, not BMW.
Mercedes.
No. Oh my God, I'm forgetting the name of the car. It's
Audi.
no, but
Mitsubishi.
Bluebird.
Bluebird?
Yeah, Datsun Bluebird.
Okay, I don't know what that is then.
It was a big car, and yeah, I think 95 to 100 all the way.
In the Bluebird?
In Datsun Bluebird, white estate car, because obviously took some blankets and took some couple of pillows, because my father obviously had a recently, when we were in Pakistan at one night, he was so bad that the doctors nearly said goodbye, thank you very much.
Really?
Luckily, because his oxygen level in his blood was giving no reading.
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the morning, my cousin Khalid, Uncle Khalid, he was doctor there in a services hospital, Lahore. He requested the surgeon there. He said, "Can we have another one test?" So they got another test done, and they found something a little bit. So then they gave him some more medication and all that carry on. By the time I just got a flight and came back, so he wasn't in a very good health.
Yeah.
Traveling from obviously in that kind of condition. So we had to make sure that he's very comfortable in the car. So he was laying down all the way back down here. And then he was operated at hospital used to be on York Road. It's closed down now. The mid flats and stuff there. I just keep forgetting. I mean, you're right there. I'm
Told you.
getting a little bit doolally.
You want to travel to Saudi Arabia on your own? You're going to end up in flipping Qatar or something like that.
No, but that hospital closed down about. My father had that operation about 18, 20 years ago, and the hospital closed down about 8 years ago. Anyway, so the doctor obviously operated on him, and he was, alhamdulillah, he had another 12 to 15 more years after that. So yeah, so in those days I could put my foot down and got to Heathrow Airport in 2 hours.
That's good.
2 hours,
Decent.
some few minutes. But now it takes about 45 minutes to get to Manchester. I can still get to in 45 minutes. Some people take longer.
Yeah, it's over an hour usually, some people.
Because I do drive, when I'm on motorway, I give it a go.
You chill out, Dad.
Yeah.
At this age.
Yeah, but I'm sick and tired of this manual car now. I don't have automatic.
Yeah, you should have had Audi. I mean, automatic ages ago.
I know. When I went to buy this one, I thought it was two things. I made a mistake because I went too far to get it.
Essex.
So I couldn't. Yeah, Essex. We went to buy it, and I couldn't come back without the car. So I bought it.
Yeah.
But when I was checking, I thought it was one automatic. Number two, it was 4-wheel drive.
We're not good at this test. We're not these kind of guys who can go on wheelie dealers.
People are very, very good.
Yeah. I know loads of guys who are good, but we're just not there. We're not good like that.
No. I mean, I know people who can do the deals with the cars and all that. They know them mechanically inside out and stuff like that.
We're not the guys.
We went and bought a couple of rubbishes from auctions and stuff.
Yeah.
So we not technically know how or even dealing with people or haggling with people and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get fleeced all the time.
I know. And these people make a lot of money. Now, my car is, I checked on Auto Trader and they are giving me £8,500.
Not bad for that. I think out there. It's good.
But when I went to 2 different places for part exchange, they're offering me £5,500.
I'd probably go with the lower because the other one's probably just bullshit.
Yeah. So even for example, they give me 5.5. This is definitely worth 7.5. Definitely,
You think
minimum.
So? I don't know.
Harris, because
I don't know. Sometimes you see a little flipping toy car sat inside the road and they've got a thing on it saying 20 grand or something. I'm like, what's going on?
No, but the thing is, because it's got full service history, it's only 2 owners. It's only after 2 owners and all that carry on, and the year of the car and stuff is only done about 78,000 miles.
You want to get the next car outright, right? You're not paying finance on it.
No, outright. I want to buy either BMW or Audi.
I think go for Audis. BMWs are not as
Audi
good as Audi.
Q5, BMW X3 or X5, or Merc as well.
Merc.
I've seen a Merc for 26,000.
Okay, which one?
I don't know because I've never had a Mercedes cars before. I haven't had a Merc 4x4. So there are so many different names.
Got GLE, GLC, something like that.
Something, yeah. I can't even remember. But 26,000 is fine if they offer me at least 6 for my car.
You want to pay 20 grand?
Yeah. I would like to pay between 15 and 18.
For a new one, Dad.
No, plus my car.
Yeah, I know, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but...
So I want 2018.
You want low mileage. You want too much sometimes.
Low mileage, yeah.
You want low mileage. You want 2018. You want it cheap as chips.
Yeah.
And you want a nice car.
Yeah.
They're going to give you a Suzuki Swift until you get lost.
No, I'm not buying any of those because I'll just keep this one if I can't buy one within my range.
Well, good luck, Pops. I'll be fine.
This is what sometimes you end up doing because you become so desperate about things which we did with that, because I wasn't sure that Honda is going to last any longer.
Yeah.
So we took the Honda to Essex and bought this car because I just didn't want to take a risk of bringing that one back. Anyway, too far out. But this time around, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to find the right car because I'm not in any hurry or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And this time around, I'm going to spend more money. I'm spending more money because this time around, I'm not going to change it after 2 years, 3 years. This might be I don't know, might be my last car. You never know. So, yeah. Unless, next car, if I do change this one, the new one I'm going to buy, only if I can buy a next car is brand new car from a showroom.
Really?
Yeah.
What the hell, Dad? You could do it now if you wanted to.
No, I can't. No, I don't want to.
You could if you wanted to.
No. No, that's a bit silly because obviously I am looking when I come back from Hajj, so I'm looking for some part-time job.
Oh, knock it off, Dad, will you?
If not, then I'm going to do some little something. A lot of people are telling me do online stuff, buy and sell and all that.
Trust me, it's rubbish. I've looked into it. It's not for me. And if it's not for me, it's not for you, trust me. Too much bullshit, Dad.
I know it, but people are making money out of buying stuff.
You can make money out of all sorts of stuff, but
yeah.
All this. It is rubbish. I've looked into it, and it's not for me. It's not. If it's not for me, it's not for you, Dad. We're built from the same cloth. Some people can do it. Some people can go buy something from there, flog it from there, flog it here, flog it there. It's not for me and you, Dad. I'm telling you. After 2 days, you're gonna be like, forget this.
No, because I've done all sorts of things before. I've gone door-to-door selling and stuff like that. I went to shop. I told you that before, that I used to get stuff from Bradford from a warehouse and used to go to shops and sell them.
I know, but it's different day and age now, and everyone's on it. Everyone's doing different. Everyone's just trying to make money. Everyone's trying to survive, and everyone's online trying to tell you they've got the secret to success. Yeah. They know how to do. Just follow their thing. Pay them for their program, and they'll show you how to make loads of money.
Yeah.
If these people are making so much bloody money online, why would they be singing about it? They'd be keeping it quiet, wouldn't they? No one's going to give you a free or even a paid access to success. They're not going to do it. Yeah. They keep anyone who finds real success is going to keep it in the back pocket.
People who makes me laugh is the people who are out there online telling people how to make money.
It's rubbish.
And they are making money out of those people.
That's it. They're everywhere.
If there are any good ideas, why would be making money by telling people how to make money? They should be making money.
I see it every day, and it absolutely boils my blood. And people believe in this rubbish as well.
Yeah, but you got to do something, son. You got to have, obviously your trade is completely different and stuff like that, and you can sometimes it goes, and then other days you're sitting at home doing nothing.
Yeah,
that's what I don't like.
Me neither. You me too, buddy.
Yeah,
I've had crippling depression for the past 2 weeks, which is why we haven't done the podcast, which is why I haven't done vlogs, which is why when I came over last Friday, me and you had a big argument because I've been struggling with this depression, which comes and goes, it ebbs and flows as they say, or and there's no reason behind it really.
No, there is a reason behind. There is reason.
Yeah,
but
everything. It comes. There's no reason why it comes and goes. When it comes, it just comes whenever it wants, and it goes whenever it wants. And it's a daily thing, and I'm constantly fighting a battle with myself every morning. Waking up, getting out of bed is such a struggle, but I'm fighting against the fact that I don't want to be a deadbeat dad because I've got 3 young kids who are there looking at me and they need a dad.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for them, no one would ever see me. I'd be absolutely hibernated. Huh?
You'd be a recluse.
I'm a recluse anyway. The one time, Dad, I got flown out to Qatar.
Yeah.
There was 2 events happening. One was on the 2nd of that month, and the other one was on the 15th of that month or 16th of that month. So I filmed on the 2nd of that month.
And then you went into the hotel room and locked yourself
two weeks, I didn't leave the hotel room, Dad. 2 weeks, I didn't, because I was absolutely fine with it. Because I like to be alone. I like to be recluse. I like to be just completely, as long as I've got internet access, food, water, shower, toilet, all that, I'm absolutely fine. Obviously, nowadays I struggle when I'm away from my wife and kids because they give me a lot of life. They give me a lot of reason to be living and a lot of reason to get up and do stuff. But here, the depression is absolutely. It's so painful, mentally painful, physically painful, and there's no cure for it. There's nothing that can make it better, nothing that can sort it out. So past 2 weeks I've been really struggling with it. I'm still struggling with it now, but I thought to myself, I've got to come over. I've got to do the podcast. I've got to see you. I've got to talk. And I don't want to bring it up because I've already done the vlog for this week, which is talking about it as well.
Yeah.
So I don't want to talk about it too much.
Yeah, I don't know what it is like, to be honest with you, but
it's bad, Dad.
I had a little glimpse of it.
Yeah, I know.
In last 3 days.
You did?
4 days, yes. It was very strange that suddenly things seemed so dark. It started with my cooker wasn't working properly, so I decided to change it. So when I moved the cooker out, I thought, well, the flooring is not that good as well, so I'll get the flooring changed as well. So change the flooring in the kitchen, I had to bring tumble dryer, washing machine, dishwasher, everything in the living room. So I had to move this table over there, put a plastic cover down here and move all those stuff in here.
Why didn't you call me to help you with this stuff, Dad?
And then...
why do you always do this rubbish and then tell me afterwards you did it? Why didn't you call me? That's what I'm here for. This is nothing that pisses me off when you do this kind of stuff, Dad.
Then I started looking around the kitchen and other places and stuff like that, and I think, God rest her soul, when my wife was alive, she kept up with the house. Now just me and Alicia, and obviously Alicia is working, so she does do the cooking and washing up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of places which, when I saw filthy, and I am a very, that how I am about the filth.
Clean freak, yeah. Don't call it filth. You don't live in filth.
Well, yeah, but when you move the dishwasher out,
dust and stuff like that.
Dishwasher out, and then there is, and then now move the tumble dryer and washing machine out and cooker out. I just did. I thought, well, how am I living? And then I went to buy the new stuff and things like that, and then one item wouldn't match the other one, and they have this one in stock, but they don't have that one in stock. So I had to come back and went out twice. Then when I got the flooring, the person, he said, yes, no problem, you can have the flooring. But then you couldn't find the fitter.
Yeah.
So the house was in a mess for about 5-6 days. And I don't like things out of place.
I know that.
And I just sat down there and I'm thinking, Harris, do I need to be in this world?
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, Dad.
Yeah. And
God, that's unlike you, that, to be honest.
Wow, yeah, I know. And I had to shake myself out of it. What the frig are you on about, man? I had to get up. I had to go upstairs, get the wuzu, go to mosque, say my prayers, came home.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, stupid, man. So I hope I never, ever have that feeling again. But son, it's scary. But the thing is, you can bring yourself out.
This is the thing. Everything, in my experience, everything is all right in the end. Yeah. But it's getting through those dark moments that's like you said. What it says that you went and said prayers.
Yeah.
That gets you through.
Yeah.
That doesn't get me through, unfortunately. It's sad to say. I wish it did.
Yeah.
I mean, that's there in the background. Religion is always there in the background, but for me, it's not forefront where it gets me through things. On a day-to-day basis, you see my Instagram, Dad, I post always religious stuff on my Instagram because those things are nice. They do make you feel make me feel some type of way when I hear this religious stuff or hear or read religious stuff. It does something to me, but it doesn't completely bring me out of anything negative. But my thing has always been eating, junk food, eating. Comfort eating is always seemed to, for some reason, bring me out of a lot of. This week and last week, I've been really on my diet and on the gym. I've lost decent weight, so that's another thing I was probably not helping as well with these depression. It spikes it because all my mind wants to do is go back to old habits, bad habits, and I'm trying to fight again. That's another thing I got to fight again. So constant full days of just battling with these different things. And it's been a really bad couple of weeks. And
overthinking, Harris. I mean, there are ways of avoiding overthinking.
There's not that.
There is reading a book, going out for a walk. Harris, there is, bete. I mean, don't just say no to everything. That's too much negativity. That's what I'm saying to you. That you can only one who can help. Nobody else can help you, because I understand that. But because my that little small experience, if you would have come over and said to me something, I think that would have pulled me out of that feeling. Not only, Harris, there were a lot more other things as well.
Why didn't you call me when you're moving all this shit around, Dad?
Because not only that, but I'm looking for the car. And last time I bought this car, my car and I put £12,000 and I got a decent car. Now I'm willing to put £18,000 in my car, which is volume more, and I can't get a decent car. I spent 3 days looking for the car. So and then by now I thought I would have had a part-time job or doing something, and then I changed my mind because I'll do that. There's no point me getting something now, and 2 months later I'm going to go 3-4 weeks. I'm going to go on Hajj. So I thought when I come back from Hajj, I'll do it.
Just checking it's recording it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
That is just like, I don't know, man. I don't want to go all negative in this bullshit.
No, that's fine. But the thing is, there are some exercises. There are some.
There's not, Dad. There's not. This is the thing. This is what people try and tell you. If you look online, everyone's always trying to ram positivity down your throat. You do this, do that. There's no answer for it, Dad, because depression is real.
Yeah.
And depression is not something you can just wash away with something else. You can't just remove it. It's a very real thing, which people who don't have it, people who don't experience it to the full effect, can brush it off and tell you this is go do this, go do that, it doesn't remove anything, Dad. Like I said, for me, overeating and comfort eating helped me a lot throughout the years. I'm not doing that now because I'm trying to get my health back in order, which is already enough of a battle. The only thing I did recently, which Holly said to me, why don't you go to the cinema? Because she saw one morning I was really in a bad way. She said to me, why don't you go to the cinema? She knows I love the cinema. She knows I never go anymore, because for me to go to the cinema means taking time away from my family, which at the moment, that's my priority. Before anything, I'd rather not make money. I see these poor people have to go out and work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, don't see their kids, don't see their wives, just to be able to make ends meet, pay the bills every month and still struggle. And they don't see the kids asking them, Daddy, don't go out. Like I used to do to you at the front door. I remember vividly seeing you leave at the front door every morning, early in the morning, and say, Daddy, don't go. I remember saying it to you, and I was, God knows what age I was, but I vividly remember you leaving. And it was heartbreaking. And then my kids, if I ever go to recently I went to Abu Dhabi, the kids were begging me, don't go. That's heartbreaking things to be away from me. I was away for 2 months in Qatar for the World Cup, and every time my wife FaceTimed me, I was almost in tears because I missed them so much. Because when you got family, your wife and kids, they are your world. They're the ones that you're doing everything for. Because before you have kids, I didn't realize this, you're doing everything for yourself and maybe for your partner, but mainly for yourself. You're very ambitious. You've got big dreams or whatever aspirations to make money, to do it. Once you have kids, that all goes away, because then everything you do is for the kids. I don't give a shit about myself anymore. I just do everything for the kids, for those 3 kids that I've got who are everything to me. And you did the same thing with me and my sisters as well. And that's just the way life goes. But the problem is having depression, which runs in my family, is just the biggest hurdle I've got to get over in life, over everything else. It's the reason why I'm overweight. It's the reason why I have aggression. It's the reason why I overthink things and I go through all the difficult things. It's all down to this depression bullshit. And I took medication for it for a long time, which I came off of because that wasn't helping anyway. That was just making me a zombie. And what doesn't help as well is the fact that I left home and went off into Dubai at a very young age. I was 21, and I lived this life of luxury and this life of people couldn't dream of, making money hand over fist, mixing with biggest celebrities in the world, working with the biggest brands and the biggest companies in the world, and living in a big villa and driving a nice car, and every day it's sunny, and every day I'm around the rich, successful people, and I'm just living this life of dream world. And then I get brought back down and crashed back down to reality. And every single day now, this is like I said, it's crippling to try and come to terms with what I had and it's like I'm in a nightmare now, because what I have now is not what I want, and what I have now is never going to come close to what I had before. And I don't know if I'm ever going to reach the heights that I had before, but sometimes I sit there and think to myself, I wish I never had that. Then I feel like I feel now. If I just never went to Dubai in the first place, and I still lived in Leeds, still lived at home, and found a different route in life, then I wouldn't have the the thoughts I have now and the despair that I have now and the feelings that I have now. So sometimes having it all isn't a good thing, because when you don't have it anymore, then you just have to grin and bear the fact that you have nothing anymore. And like I've got nothing going on for myself at the moment. I've just done the World Cup recently, and I normally do Formula One every year, and I sometimes I get flown out to do cool things. And if I'm not doing these things, I'm not keeping busy. I'm not getting if the phone's not ringing, and I'm not getting these interesting jobs offers, and people not want to throw money at me, then I feel like a worthless piece of shit. And how am I going to pay my bills? And I've got sometimes go and work with these local companies, local businesses, and do stuff that I wouldn't dream of doing. Filming stuff that's no interest to me, and filming stuff that I've got no passion for, and it's soul destroying that I've gone from something that I was proud of and that you were proud of and Mum was proud of, and something that I could wear proudly on my chest, to now feeling like a washed up piece of shit loser, and every day I'm struggling with it, and it's just something that I have to try and get over, I guess. But it's just I'm just struggling with it at the moment, and I don't know what's going to come next. And yeah, that's it, Dad.
Yeah, but the thing is, there are always ups and downs in life, but you learn from those things, and you get stronger. I told you, you and me, we both have had so many different jobs and so many different things. Some of them we liked, some of them we didn't, but we need to do that to put the food on the table. Yeah. So, I mean, there is no, it's not calling yourself a loser, because if you're doing a job which you may not have liked to do, but you're doing it because that will give you food for your children, and I mean, that's what you said, these are the most important things in your life. So I did not like to go doing a taxi driver. Harris, do you think I for 1 minute like that? Although your mother used to joke with me and stuff, oh, you love it, and I used to hate it. But at that period of time, that's the only way I had to bring money home, because I had nothing else going on. The minute I found something else, I said goodbye to that. But while I was doing that, I was always looking for other opportunities. I was just not relying entirely on that. I used to do taxi driving at night time. I used to come home, have a few hours sleep, and then I used to go. In those days, I didn't have a laptop at home and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I used to go to the local library and sit there for a few hours and apply for jobs. Right? That's how I found out about that organization on Harrogate Road.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I went in there and I just filled in a form and stuff like that. And a couple of days later, they called me and they said, there is a job coming up. Can you come for the interview? And I went to interview and I got the job. So you now, I mean, obviously not into that. I know a number of people who have a fixed job doing 4 or 5 days a week, which gives them certain amount of money, and then they go out and do the filmings or photography or this, that, and the other.
Like I just said, Dad.
But you don't want to do that.
Like I just said, when I was younger, I worked different jobs, all kinds of different jobs when I was younger.
Everything you done.
But the last job that I did before I completely sacked all that off was I worked for a company in Wetherby, in a call center, calling around businesses.
Yeah.
In the business you have to have these stickers on the back of plugs, and it's checked every now and again. They put the date on it, time on everything, that those plugs are safe. I forgot what it's called now. It was years ago. Yeah, I had to call around businesses and say, have you got this sticker on the back of your plug? And if they hadn't got it, I had to book them in and everything and sell it to them that we'll come and do it for you with this much, blah blah. The guy who owned that company, every day of the week pulled up in a different car. One day it might have been an Audi RA, next minute it was a Bentley, then it was a Rolls Royce, and it was a Ferrari. The guy had literally a car for every day of the week, and I'm sat there and I'm on the phones ringing around from early in the morning till the evening. I was full-time job I had, and I was like, wait a minute, this is a joke. I am working all these hours of the day and earning absolute pennies, and the guy who owns this company is pulling up in a supercar every flipping day of the week. I'm not doing this anymore. And that was the last time I ever worked for anybody in that kind of environment. Now, the only time I work for anybody is if they're paying me for my services as a videographer, and I cannot go back to working for someone or working for a company in general where I have to sit in a flipping office or sit in somewhere in one spot like a prisoner from early morning till evening, or even if it's part time from a certain hour to certain hour. I cannot be controlled in that environment. Even if like someone calls me and says. Sometimes I get calls saying, "Oh, can you do a video for us? We want you to sit in our office." And I said, "No, I don't want to sit in your office. I don't want to sit in. I can't be tied down to a place. I can come and shoot, and I can go home and I can edit, and I can give you a video, and that's what you're paying for. You're not paying for me to be clocking in, clocking out, sitting in a box for hours on end. I can't do that. And some people can, fair enough, and some people haven't got another choice. And I feel sorry for those people, like you. Oh, so many years I said to your dad, why are you still working for this company and this and that? I wanted to do something with you for a long time, and now you're retired. I'm excited to eventually, I don't know when it's going to happen, but eventually me and you get into the property game together. I think that's the best thing for us to do. I'm excited about that. That's something that I can look at, which gets me excited. Property. I've heard a lot about it. I've done a lot of research into it, and it's a bit of a no-brainer. You know what I mean?
For that,
I got a cold again. Every time we do podcast, I got a cold.
I think that guy I spoke to,
my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you need to do some apprenticeship with him.
There's no. He's one of my friends that I go see whenever I want.
No. Apprenticeship doesn't mean in a professional manner, but you need to.
I've got a friend who I've known for years who's a very nice guy, and he's a property expert, and his father was a property expert, and his grandfather was a property expert, and they've got like a property portfolio of like hundreds of houses and stuff like that all over the flipping place, and it's like the guys, just everything to do with property he knows about. So when I said to my dad I want to do property with you, he said, "Oh, well, you don't know your ass from your elbow," which is true. I don't know my ass from my elbow when it comes to property, but I know this guy is one of the people I know. So my dad said, "Let me speak to him." So I got him on the phone with my dad, and he told my dad all the basics, and my dad was like convinced, "Yeah, let's do it then." So now we're just going to wait for the right time.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think you need to contact him.
Yeah.
I think you need to spend a few weeks with him.
Okay.
Shadowing him.
All right.
Wherever he goes, whatever he does.
Yeah.
And how he makes deals, how he finds the properties. You need to do that for a few weeks, Harris. And I have the money, I can give it to you. But not until you have some knowledge of this. There's no point. The thing is, the people make money makes money. But if you have a limited amount of money and you cannot just spend it and then lose it and then have nothing left, because I have a couple of examples of that, and I don't want to name names because that person watches vlogs as well. I know a person who retired, got a very, very, very handsome amount of money, and he spread himself into 4 different businesses. And then because of COVID, everyone collapsed.
Yeah.
And now he hasn't got a penny.
Yeah.
So now, after retirement, he had to go and find another job, full-time job, because he completely squandered his pension amount. Understand?
Yeah. The thing is, this guy I've told you about, and he's a good friend of mine. But you can't take the piss with somebody. You can't make someone let you shadow them while they're doing their business. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the guy's successful. He's not going to let me just shadow him. Like I said, anybody who's got success isn't just going to hand it out for free or even paid. These people who offer to give you the key to success, if you pay for this subscription or pay for this, package or pay for this brochure, these are all bullshit scammers. Anybody who's got real success only shares it with certain people or doesn't share it at all. That's the truth. So he's given me enough, as a friend, he's given me enough information. He's not going to let me shadow him, Dad. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, everything's got some sort of risk attached to it. But I think this doing property together, me and you, father and son, you're retired. I'm sick of doing videos now. I'm thinking about getting rid of the camera and stop doing it anyway, or keeping the camera and doing it. Odd few clients here and there. Overall, I've lost my passion for it. I lost my passion for making videos. There's too many young people coming out of the woodwork now and making videos for 50 quid with an iPhone, and people are happy with it because of these TikTok bullshit now. The whole game is flipped on its head, Dad. And I was one of the best, and I was one of the pioneers of the whole thing back in the day. Still, to this day, nobody's been to Dubai and done what I did. There's nobody. Still, I've been waiting to see someone who's done it. No one has had the bollocks to do what I did. And I'm proud of that, at least. Something to be proud of. But now I think it's time for me to move away from that and do something else. And I've been looking at all kinds of different stuff, Dad. I'm not going to name everything, but I've been looking into about at least 50 different businesses I could start, and all of them have got too much negativity in my mind when I'm thinking about it. The only thing that jumps out at me, which is something I can really get into, is property. And I know so many successful people who do property as their main thing, and they're absolutely happy, minted, loving life, and that's what I want to be. That's where I want to be. That's where I want you to be. So that's what I'm trying to persuade you to do it with me. And me going and shadowing somebody and learning off somebody is just, it's just.
I don't know if he's that good of a friend. I mean, obviously, I don't really mind
no
having you.
one's Dad. No one's good enough of a friend to give you that much access to. You know what I mean? If I asked him, he might say yeah, but I wouldn't even want to ask him. He's asking for too much, Dad. Let me shadow you for a few weeks, see how you make your money, how you're successful, how you do your deals. It's asking too much of somebody. That
If somebody would have come around to you and asked, listen, Harris,
they did ask me. They asked me loads of times.
Can I
let me
come?
tag along with you? I said no, I can't have a tag along.
Oh.
Let me. I used to get calls all the time, bro. I'm just learning how to do it. I'd give people advice as much as they want. I'd give them advice, but to let people tag along with me when I'm trying to go out and make money to feed my family, that's bullshit. You can't let people tag along with you, Dad. You're not a charity case. I wish you the best of luck. I'll give you as much advice as you want, but I can't bring you with me to where I'm making my money. You can't. And there's too many snakes out there, Dad. Any chance they can get, they'll do you over and get. No one gives a shit about anybody in this world. Do you know what I mean? Unless you're blood like me and you. I mean, look at me and my sister. We don't get on with each other. She's blood. There's certain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're asking too much of somebody, Dad. That guy's my friend. He's not really my friend because I don't have friends. I've never had friends. He's just an associate who has got a good heart and who I've done a lot of things for in the past, and he's done a lot of things for me. And this is just one thing he's doing for me in return for things I've done for him in the past. Like, you know what I mean? Tit for tat kind of thing.
Yeah, but on the phone he said he treats you like a brother. So
Yeah, but that's just words mean. Words don't mean everything. The words are words, Dad. He's never been bad to me, but you take words with a pinch of salt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know one guy says, "Oh, you like my brother." His actual brother, you don't fucking speak to the bastard. Imagine that. You like family to me.
Yeah.
But his actual brother, who's his twin brother, you don't speak to him. Imagine that. How am I your brother if that's how you treat your brother?
Yeah.
So you got to take everything with a pinch of salt, Dad. It's easy for someone to say, "You like family to me. You like my brother. You like my dad. You like this bullshit." No one's ever going to give you a handout. No one's ever. You should know this more than you should be telling me this to me, Dad.
I know.
You're 70. You're 60 odd, 70 odd. Come on,
yes,
Dad.
I have. But the thing is, sometimes there are decent people in the world.
Very few.
When I worked in council, anybody who came, I give them advice. I sat down with them to look after their application when they were applying for other jobs. I sat down with them with the interview, and I told them that what kind of questions are going to be coming, what should we pray for, and all that carry on. So I did the best. I mean, not knowing anybody, but as long as they were.
Dad, there's a difference.
Yeah.
Even me, when I lived in Dubai, for example, you know how daily I used to get this right. Daily, I used to get messages from people, hundreds of messages, Dad, a week, asking me, where can I go here in Dubai? What can I do this in Dubai? This Dubai, that Dubai, this Dubai, that. Where's this? Where's that? Where's this? Where's that? And I used to answer them freely. You know what it is now?
Yeah.
There's a business in Dubai now. Everyone's doing it called concierge service. You want to know where to go for dinner? Pay me this much. You want me to book you with this yacht? Pay me this much. I was doing that 15 bloody years ago. You know what I mean?
And you could have charged them.
I could have charged. I was doing it before anybody. I was a free concierge service. And people messaging me freely. Oh, bro, I saw you went for this shisha place. Where is it, man? Oh, can you hook me up? I want to go to this club. Can you? Who can I speak to? Yeah. Sorry, bro. Message this guy. He'll sort you out. He's my friend. Tell him Harry sent you all the time. Stupid idiot. That's what I am. Anyway, thank you, Dad. I tell you what, I feel better already for getting this off. I really had a lot on my chest, and God bless my wife, because she has to hear this every single day in the car. We drop the kids off at school, and we go for a drive. We take the dog for a walk, whatever. That poor woman has to listen to my rubbish all the time, and she is a soldier because she listens to it. She gives her best advice, best possible, comfort as she can give. And but every day I feel sorry for.
That's why the husband and wives are for, son.
Yeah, but I'm lucky with what I've got.
Do you listen to her though?
Yeah, I do, but I mean, she's not really got many problems, and if she has got them, I try and help her as much as I can. But compared to what I've got to unload, she's got nothing.
Yeah, I wasn't very good at listening. to your mother, especially. I mean, I'm good at listening to other people, but obviously, because she had the similar issues like you,
Yeah.
so she had a lot to unload.
Yep.
And because whether they're a taxi driver or working in a shop from 6 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, or looking for other jobs and stuff like that. So there was so much going on in my thingy that I did not pay as much attention or give her as much time as I should have given her. But these are afterthoughts now. There's no point talking about it now because obviously that's just upsetting. That I could have done this, I could have done that. I mean,
Everyone does that now. So when someone passes away,
yeah,
immediately your mind goes to
yeah,
the bad moments you had with them rather than the good moments, you know, or I shouted at them that time, or we had an argument here, or I didn't do that there. You know, all the time I think about why don't I come and see mum and take her for a coffee now and again. I never did that. You know, when mum used to like shisha.
yeah.
I'm a big shisha
I
smoker.
know.
One night I came home. And this is one of the ones that comes to me a lot. This is the one I feel bad about most. I came home from work. I'd finished filming something, and it was like evening time. I finished filming all day. All I wanted to do was go home, have dinner, see the kids, wife and kids, and just chill out and watch TV and stuff. Mum messaged me saying, "Do you want to go for shisha?" I said, "Oh, Mum, I just got in the house. You know, I'm tired. I'm just gonna chill out." And she goes, "Okay." She went and had shisha on her own that night. And I wish if I could go rewind the tapes now and go back, I'd have gone out for shisha with her, obviously. But it's too late now.
I don't know how she did. I mean, in these places, they're all youngsters, isn't it?
She was chilling, Dad.
Your mother walking into a shisha place. And,
Yeah. She used to love it.
I know.
And they always treat her with respect, which I liked as well. You know, they didn't make her feel like an outsider or anything. They used to just look after her, so it was good.
Yeah.
Her favourite was this Billionaire Lounge in Leeds, you know, bottom of Leeds.
Yeah, she used to go down there, I think.
But it's called Billionaire Lounge. What's it called?
I don't know. But not that many
Billions.
times, though. She only went to a few times.
She went to Billions a lot, and she went to one in Hyde Park a lot. I don't know which one it was in Hyde Park.
Hyde Park?
You know,
I didn't know about that one.
Hyde Park, yeah, there was one.
I only knew that she went there a couple of times. That's all I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Couple of times, I'm thinking. I know
She went a lot, Dad. What are you talking about a couple of times? She went a lot, yeah, all the time.
Oh, well. I never asked the questions, you see. That's the thing. Privacy-wise, I never opened the post came in your mother's name.
You're my post.
I opened your posts because obviously that's not private posts, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the insurance things and the companies you dealt with kind of thing. I never ever checked her phone. She used to check my phone. I never checked her phone. And I never questioned her where you going and what time you're coming back or anything like that. I fully trusted.
Obviously,
her,
that.
Obviously. Yeah, so I never did that. But she did occasionally, not that she had any kind of issues with me, but she would just occasionally say, "Can I have your phone?" I'll give her the phone and she'll go through my messages and she goes through all that. Who's that then? But I had nothing to hide, so obviously yeah. So, yeah. But never, that's why, I mean, obviously, if somebody asked me any questions, for example, God forbid anything happened and somebody comes in and says, "Where is your wife?" And I would have no idea, not a clue where she is. I would have thought she'd be at work. But they said, "No, she's at the shisha place." In fact, one day she was driving home, and it wasn't. She hasn't finished work, so about an hour earlier she decided, "That's enough. I'm coming home." And she was on the road, and her boss was behind her driving. And she said, "Hello, Leslie, where are you?" She said, Leslie said, "I'm in the office."
Oh.
So next day when she went down, they had a bit of a doodah there and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, so she had to kind of apologize and stuff like that. But most people do that kind of thing. You leave half an hour early or whatever, but you don't get caught. The poor soul, she got caught as well. And now the situation is such that you can work few days at office, work few days at home. Yeah, that's crazy.
You do what you want now.
I mean, but she did, when she worked very, very well. I mean, she was very caring.
Yeah,
and, she did her job properly. So, but leaving half an hour early and getting caught is just absolutely hilarious.
Anyway,
I'm glad that you're feeling a little bit better, son, because that's the thing.
Yeah, no, it's
anytime you can. I mean, even doing the podcast or anything like that, you want to get anything off your chest, you just, I'm home 24/7 nowadays. I don't go anywhere apart from going to mosque. So just ring and come down.
It's rubbish. You should have called me when you need all this thing moving. How you do it all yourself?
I was, yeah.
How you doing it all yourself?
By breaking my finger, this one, and cutting my hands to 3-4 different places, and
Dad.
this finger was, I think I dislocated. Then I put it back.
You're always taking piss at me being this size. I'm this size for a reason to help move furniture.
Yeah, Alicia even said to me, I said, wait for Harris to come. I said, I can't because...
Why? I'm not doing nothing. I've got nothing going on, Dad.
I know.
Just call me, Dad.
I know. I did it. Well, Alicia helped me out when to pulling out. We got the a cardboard box, a big cardboard box. So we put it underneath the most heavy stuff was the washing machine. And then we dragged it like that.
Where is it now?
Back, everything is back. Just waiting for the cooker.
So who's going to move it next time when you got to put the new one in?
That guy who's gonna come.
He ain't going to do shit, Dad. Will you call me when you have got to do it, please?
Harris, when he comes, me and him was going to put it back in there and he's going to fix it for me. The cooker hood is there in the hall and the new.
Dad, please, next time you need something doing in the house, please give me a call.
The most heavy stuff was the fridge.
Are you going to call me next time or not?
I will call you, inshallah.
You did the wall outside without me last time, and I told you to call me last time for the wall.
I tell you what.
What?
This summer,
Yeah.
I'm emptying all this bloody outer shed.
Yeah.
And I'm breaking that shed. I'm getting a smaller one because that is just I saw now out there.
Okay.
So then I'll call you. We'll hire a skip. I will put everything in the skip.
No problem, Pops.
You and me.
No problem.
And then we'll get a gardener to do the gardening.
Okay.
I've
got a garden outside. I'll bring him over here.
Yeah, because I want, on the sides, I want nice...
Ivy.
Something pudding. Not ivy.
What?
You know those...
Flowers?
No.
Conifer? Plants?
What they have in the next door there.
Bushes? Conifers?
Is it called conifers?
The big trees that cover everything.
Yeah. I want them to... At the back wall and the side wall.
You've got some conifers behind the fence. The big ones here, the big trees that grow up.
Is it?
Beautiful trees there, conifers.
I have it in my garden.
It's over the fence. It's hanging.
It's right, okay.
I think it's a football pitches, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. That's football. Again, there are a couple of matches been going on last 3-4 days, and every time you come home in the evening after mosque, this shocker, this street.
Yeah, but you got your driveway at least.
No, they leave my driveway alone, yes. But still, because the cars are parked on that corner as well, and that corner as well, to maneuver the car properly to come inside my house.
Listen, Dad, this Ramadan, I'm really, I might be kidding myself, but this Ramadan, I really want to try and do every day Ramadan, all 5 days prayers.
Inshallah.
I've never done it before in my life, but I really want to try and focus on it.
This...
It's hard, Dad. It's not easy. You make it like it's easy. It's not easy, Dad.
Harris, listen to me.
The hardest one is the morning one. Waking up in the morning praying is getting out of your bed.
And that's the smallest one.
I know, but it's the hardest to get out of bed.
15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then you're back in bed.
Yeah,
I do that.
But then once you're awake, aren't you?
No, I go back to bed every morning.
Do you keep your eyes closed when you say prayers or what?
No. Because my morning prayers are longer now.
Are they?
Because I do tasbih.
Oh, yeah,
those?
Yeah.
I do 3-4 different tasbihs.
Oh, mate. Stay awake, man.
So I do...
Stay up, start the day coffee.
I do la ilaha illallah, one tasbih. I say... Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, second tasbih, astaghfirullah, 3. Astaghfirullah is very important, Haris.
I say it all day, every day.
Yeah, good.
Drive around, I'm saying it all the time.
Fine. So these tasbihs I do, and la ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. These are 4 tasbihs I do, and then I go to bed, and I put my hand down there, and I recite Subhanallah wa bihamdihi subhanallahi al-azim. So these kind of things I keep doing, and then I fall asleep.
Oh, nice.
And then another thing is that for morning, I can't stay for longer. For some reason, I wake up at 5:15.
Yeah.
I'm back in bed at 10 to 6.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's 35-40 minutes. The whole process takes. Wuzu, namaz, tasbih, and I lay down. But 7:30, I'm up again. I don't know why. But then lay there because I just don't jump out of the bed. So till 7:30, I still lay there and stuff like that. And then 7:30, I get up. And by 9 o'clock, I come down. And 9 o'clock, I then recite half a para. In fact, have you got the wuzu?
Yeah, of course we'll do.
Because you haven't done your reading.
We'll do it afterwards.
Right? So we're going to do a page of Quran reading because you
Listen,
haven't done that.
you need to force Alicia
Yeah.
to be involved in Ramadan
Inshallah.
this year because you want us to get married.
Yeah.
You need to start making her do this, man. Come on.
Inshallah. Because
Don't let her off, Dad.
Towards the end of Ramadan, I think one of my sisters is going to be here, the oldest one.
Okay.
So
I should give her a backhander.
no, she's she will have some.
What,
influence,
Frida?
inshallah. Baji Frida is coming. Yes.
Baji Frida.
Yes.
All right, Dad. Well, I think that's probably the end of the poddy this week. Thank you for listening to my. I really had a lot to get off my chest. I got most of it off now.
Good.
I am feeling better. So thank you for listening.
Alhamdulillah.
I appreciate it.
This is what I said. Now, this is an example. You said no, nobody. I told you, talking about it. Exercising.
Talking is important.
Yes.
Exercise is bullshit. Reading the book is bullshit.
No, reading the book is not.
It is. I don't like reading books.
Decent book,
I don't like reading
going
decent
out for a
book.
walk, getting fresh air and stuff like that.
No.
Doing running.
Eating junk food,
talking-
watching movies.
No.
That's what gets me through stuff.
No, that makes you even worse because
No.
that's temporarily, and then the after effects are even worse.
Yeah, that affects Exhibit A right
There
here.
you go then.
But
So there you go then.
it got me through.
So you get.
You know
you
the whole
probably get-
Dubai 5 years I was there, I wouldn't have survived that without eating junk food all the time. I'm telling you, pops.
So that Dubai was really, really bad for you then.
It was, yeah. But I lived a good life, but it was very, very bad for me, yeah.
No. You lived a mixture of good and bad life.
Yes, but mainly I was living a good life, Dad. You remember my life over there?
I know, son. I know.
I'm saying, but it was toxic,
Yes.
very toxic. Anyway, thanks guys for watching again. I really appreciate it. Please make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, and send us your topics. Today we had no topics. Nobody's emailed me, so we just chit chatted like this. If you like this, then don't send topics. If you want your topic speaking about anything you want to get off your chest, we'll talk about it openly and real and normal, honest, whatever. So email is on the screen right now. It's also down below. Send us your email. You'll stay anonymous, I promise. Dad, love you. Leave you. Let's go to
No,
mosque.
you're not leaving. Going to mosque. Love you, leave you.
Okay. Safe.